When Jerry and Esther first met us, Esther was quite happy about her realization that she was tuned in. She was in the receiving mode of infinite intelligence. And she said to Jerry, now I will be able to know who's lying to me. And Jerry just smiled and he said, well, that will be quite helpful, I'm sure. And then as they discussed it with us, we said a better thing to be asking rather than is this person lying. Esther was really excited. There was a judge program on the television at the time, long time ago, Judge Wapner. And he had these real live cases. The people were real and the cases were real, and Esther planted herself right down in front of the television to see this because she knew they were going to say that and they were going to say that, and Abraham was going to tell her which one was telling the truth. And so the first program came on and she watched, and we said a better question to ask is not who is telling the truth. A better question to ask is who believes what they're saying. Because when you believe what you're saying, you don't split your energy. It's only when you say something in opposition to what you believe or desire that you split your energy. Esther was quite disappointed because she, like the judge, wanted to nail one or the other of them. Well, who's just the most right? Who's the most right? But after a little while, and through a lot of life experiences, Esther, and we are sure it's happening with you too, you come to realize that there is room for more than one point of view. And since you create your own reality, nobody else does, then you identifying what your point of view is a really good thing. When you identify what your point of view is, and this is where we come in, you work just a little bit to mesh your point of view with the point of view of your inner being, who has broader view and longer view, and who is always on your side, who is always wanting to help you find your path of least resistance to what you desire. Your inner being is not standing in non-physical awareness like Judge whoever it is, trying to decide your rightness or wrongness, or pin you to it, or hold you to it, or make you admit it. Your inner being is just living all day every day with you, enjoying how your life is causing you to expand into ever increasingly new preferences. And then your inner being is holding the vibrational tone of that new preference so steadily that if you try just a little bit to get into vibrational alignment with who you really are, you'll be able to feel yourself click into place with your desire rather than oppose it with other beliefs. We have a quick story to tell you to sort of show you how simple and silly and how easy it is for you to hold yourself in opposition of something that you want. So here's an example of something that Esther has been living for about 10 years. Jerry and Esther bought a house and a house next to it in Southern California, overlooks the ocean, very pretty place. And then they renovated both houses, one for them to live in and one for guests to come to play with them. And the guest house was renovated into a Tuscan theme. And part of it was a beautiful Satillo tile floor. And when Jerry and Esther chose the tiles, oh, they were spectacular. Just the attitude and just the look. And they were accented with little porcelain tiles, and it was such a pretty herringbone pattern that is laid, and it just took their breath away when they saw the sketch and realized what it was going to be, and then saw the tiles. Well, as it came time to lay the floor, the contractor could not find that tile, and so he bought a substitute. And the substitute was not glazed like the sample that they had seen, but he said to them, don't worry, we'll lay it and then we will seal it and it will look the same. Well, it didn't look the same, didn't look anything close to the same. And Esther never liked it, and she always felt disappointment about it. And then she was worried about it not being sealed, and so they sealed it, but the seal wasn't good, and it didn't stay put, and chair legs would scrape across it. And Esther felt betrayed. Didn't get what she wanted, didn't like it, but it was a lot of floor. big space, even into the outside patios. Furniture is all down, rugs are all down, way disruption to take everything out and start over. And so rather than moving in the direction of what she wanted, or even rather than aligning with it, Esther stood in new desire and complained about the tile, but only when she saw it. So if you came to visit her, she would say, come on in, floor's ugly. The tile we chose was really beautiful, but they couldn't get it. And so they got this, and then they sealed it. Look how it's coming up there, and look at that. Yeah. I guess I could replace it, but it would be so disruptive, so disruptive. And so even though it would be so simple to replace that floor, really, Esther's hardly ever even there, so it wouldn't disrupt her experience. Somebody else could move the furniture, they might bang it up. Someone else could move the furniture, where would we put it? Someone else could move the furniture, they'll put it outside and they'll get rained on. Someone else could move the furniture, it's going to cost a lot of money and it's their fault, they should pay for it. They can't pay for it, they aren't able to pay for it. It's been 10 years ago. So Esther doesn't let it be easy, because she has this truth that she feels obligated to keep active. She must continue to explain, so it seems, why this reality exists against her desire. Now, it seems like it would be a simple thing to do, but when you've practiced a thought for a long time, it's the thought that comes really easily to you, because it's the thought of least resistance. Hi, come on in, floor's ugly. Now that's a rather vivid example, and we are exaggerating it not at all. You'll have to figure out, and Esther will too, why it is that you hold to something that isn't pleasing to you, to floors that don't please you, or even to beliefs that don't please you, or even to beliefs about floors that don't please you. But we know the reason, and we're going to give it to you right here and now. Here and now. Here and now.